Hello, everyone. I do hope this July 1st finds you well, that you take good care of yourself and good care of those around you, and really appreciate that you are taking the time to join me in the daily quote. Let's go ahead, get right to it. Keeping an open mind and trying to understand another's point of view, as we would with our friends, creates the opportunity for connection and collaboration instead of conflict and resentment. This is critical in our current times. Right now, there's so much division, there's so much insecurity, there's so much anger, hatred, resentment, conflict. How are we going to improve the world? How are we going to improve the current situation we're in? Well, I'm not sure I have the answer for that, but I know what will not improve it. And that's yelling at each other, hating each other, labeling each other. And just recognize that we're never going to really transform an interaction with another, get someone to kind of come to our view in a sense by yelling at them or by hating them. Every single, well, model or person that we think of, I think of a model of transformation, of improvement in the world that we live in. People that have overcome adversity and made real change in the world. They always talk about collaboration, about meeting people halfway, about recognizing that what other people are doing and what they're saying actually makes sense to them from their perspective, from their experiences, from the news they get, from the life that they've lived, from the culture they are raised in. And so they're not idiots. They're not wrong. We have our views from how we're raised, from our experiences, from the news we get, from the, well, whether we've experienced traumas or been cared for in our lives, the people that we call friends. Well, when we get right down to it, other people that may be doing great harm in the world that we have strong feelings about. Well, from their side, they somehow think they're improving the world. Makes no sense to us. How are we going to really improve the world? Well, I think it comes down to this quote where it says, can we have open dialogue, discussion? Can we approach others who have different views with an understanding that what they do makes sense to them? And it doesn't need to make sense to me, or I don't need to join on to that. But if I listen to them as I would a friend who has a different point of view, I can also recognize they have values, and those values are very similar to mine. They probably care about their kids. They probably care about the health of the countries that they're living in. They probably care that, the world's here for their grandchildren. They probably care about friendship, about trust, just like we do. But their way of getting there or their perceptions of those values may be very different than ours. If we're going to heal this world, if we're going to make our environments safer places, if we're going to have opportunities for all of us to, well, provide for our families and our friends and live lives that are meaningful and hopefully have a world that's around for a while for our grandkids to participate in. Well, we're not going to do it by hatred, by calling people names. We might have a chance if we come together around some shared values, some dialogue, and not agreeing. We don't need to agree with people to recognize they have some value. But what I have found is by engaging with others with different views in ways that are meaningful and honoring who they are, real meaningful dialogue and transformation in a lot of beliefs and a lot more understanding. It's going to take all of us having an opportunity to treat each other well. If we want to change the world, we need to change the environment and the environment of how we talk to each other, the environment of how we treat each other. And with that kind of value and connection, you might find that all of us can work together and maybe make some choices that can transform our current environment into a healthier one, where we can once again live together, make this place a little safer than it is today, and hopefully a better potential for the future to come. So let's do our best today to not agree with everyone, but maybe see each other as friends instead of enemies. Friends that can have differing opinions, but can still recognize the value in each other. I think that's just critical for us to get through our current times. Hope you find this helpful.